Hi everyone, so for this video, I am going to explain to you the Acoelomate Triploblastic body plan. What is Acoelomate Triploblastic? An acoelomate is an animal that does not possess a body cavity. Unlike coelomates or eucoelomates, animals with a true body cavity, acoelomates lack a fluid-filled cavity between the body wall and digestive tract. Acoelomates have a triploblastic body plan, meaning that their tissues and organs develop from three primary embryonic cell or germ cell layers. These tissue layers are the endoderm or innermost layer, mesoderm or middle layer, and the ectoderm or outer layer. Different tissues and organs develop in these three layers. In humans, for example, the epithelial lining that covers internal organs and body cavities is derived from the endoderm. Muscle tissue and connective tissues such as bone, blood vessels, and lymphatic tissue are formed from mesoderm. This picture illustrates the three primary embryonic cell or germ cell layers. Triploblasts may be acoelomates, eucoelomates, or pseudocoelomates. Eucoelomates have a body cavity within the mesoderm called a coelom, which is lined with mesoderm tissue. Pseudocoelomates have a similar body cavity, but it is lined with mesoderm and endoderm tissue. Features of the animal kingdom triploblasts may be acoelomates, eucoelomates, or pseudocoelomates. Eucoelomates have a body cavity within the mesoderm called a coelom, which is lined with mesoderm tissue. Pseudocoelomates have a similar body cavity, but it is lined with mesoderm and endoderm tissue. So in this picture, it shows the endoderm or the innermost layer of the germ cell layers, and then the mesoderm or middle layer and the ectoderm or the outer layer of the germ cell layers. In addition to not having a body cavity, acoelomates have simple forms and lack highly developed organ systems. For example, acoelomates lack a cardiovascular system and respiratory system and must rely on diffusion across their flat, thin bodies for gas exchange. Acoelomates commonly possess a simple digestive tract, nervous system, and excretory system. They have sense organs for detecting light and food sources, as well as specialized cells and tubules for eliminating waste. Acoelomates commonly have a single orifice that serves as both an inlet for food and an exit point for undigested waste. They have a defined head region and display bilateral symmetry, which means they can be divided into two equal left and right halves. The acoelomates are represented by phyla Platyhelminths, Nemerta or ribbon worms, and Gastrotricha or free-living and freshwater species. The Triploblastic Acoelomate body plan for evolutionary perspective. Members of the phyla Platyhelminths, Nemerta, and Gastrotricha show following advanced characters. They are first bilaterally symmetrical animals, therefore they are more complex than the cnidarians. All these animals are triploblastic. They are acoelomate or without a coelom. They are classified into three phyla. These are the examples and characteristics of three classifications of phyla. First is phylum Platyhelminths. It includes the flat forms. They're free-living or parasitic. Usually latent dorsally triploblastic acoelomate bilateral symmetry. Unsegmented worms. Incomplete gut is usually present with anterior cerebral ganglion and longitudinal nerve cords. Complex reproductive organs. So the first picture is an example of flatworms in which what we call flukes, and the second one is tapeworms. Next is phylum Nemertia. Phylum Nemertia includes a small group of worms. These worms are elongated, unsegmented, and soft-bodied. They are mostly marine and free-living. So these are the characteristics of phylum Nemertia. First is bilaterally symmetrical and dorsoventrally flattened. The body has more than 2 layers of cells with tissues and organs. Body has a through gut with a mouth and anus. Body has no body cavity. It has a blood system with blood vessels. Has a well-developed nervous system and a brain. Has an irreversible and retractable ectodermal proboscis. Reproduction is by asexual fragmentation or sexual when it is normally gonochoristic. Most species are carnivorous and predatory. Most are aquatic and marine. They are more terrestrial and freshwater forms. For the next classification, which is phylum Gastrotrica, these are the characteristics of phylum Gastrotrica. First is, it is bilaterally symmetrical and vermiform. The body has more than 2 cell layers, tissues, and organs. Body contains no internal cavity. Body possesses a through gut with a subterminal anus. Body covered in a cuticle bearing numerous scales, spines, or hooks. It has no nervous system with ganglia. Has no circulatory system or no blood system. Reproduction sexual and hermaphroditic or parthenogenetic. Feed on bacteria, fungi, and protists. And it also live in aquatic environments. The end of my discussion about Acoelomate triploblastic body plan. I hope you enjoy and you learn something. Thank you.